Okay, sir.
Suryapet and Khammam bioscience teachers and students, good morning. I am Sripari Upendra, working as school assistant bioscience at ZPHS Penba, Suryapet district. Present అవుతుందా సార్?
లేదు
హలో,
సార్, షేర్ ఇవ్వండి.
షేర్
షేర్ స్క్రీన్ ఉందిగా. ఇంకా షేర్ స్క్రీన్ చాట్ పక్కన. రైట్.
Good morning, students, all of you. This is Sripari Upendra, ZPHS Penba, school assistant bioscience. So far, our teachers are explained you about transportation system or a circulatory system which transport different types of material from one place to another place from different parts of our body, and how it is worked already our teachers explained you. So today we are going to discuss about excretion, the wastage disposing system. How the excretion takes place in living organisms body? What is the purpose of excretion in living organisms body? What are the waste products produced in our human body or living organisms body or plants body? And if these waste materials are produced, how they are disposed from one place to another place, and how these are eliminated from our body parts. So students, we often see so many types of factories in our surroundings. Different types of factories can produce different types of materials. These materials are useful in different purposes to us. Along with waste material, along this useful material, the factories also produce the waste material. Our factories also produce waste material. For example, you take a rice mill, what is in your surrounding around us in your village, the rice mill can produce rice from paddy. What are the waste material produced in rice mill? You know well. Ask your parents or ask your teacher what are the waste materials are produced in the rice mill. In the same way, when we compare our living organisms body with a factory, our body, living organisms body is also a factory. Why? Because we have millions of factories in our living organisms body. These factories are known as cells. These structural and functional cellular units are performed different types of activities. These cells are performed different types of activities. There are millions of cells we have in our human body, not only in our human body, but also in all living organisms we have cells. The structural and functional cellular units takes place so many types of activities. These activities are classified into two types. First one, anabolic activity, and second one, catabolic activity. What is anabolic or anabolism, or what is catabolic and catabolism? Let us know. The anabolic activity which synthesize or which prepare a big molecule by adding or by joining so many simple molecules or so many small molecules, known as anabolic activity or anabolism. For example, you know about photosynthesis in chapter 1. Photosynthesis is a anabolic activity. Why? Because glucose is prepared by adding water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. In this way, by adding simple molecules or by joining simple molecules, prepare a big molecule known as anabolic activity or anabolism. let us know about catabolic activity. Breakdown of big molecules and forms as a simple. That is the catabolic activity. You know in second chapter respiration. Respiration is a catabolic activity. Why? Because glucose is divided into energy, carbon dioxide, water, like that. So in this way, anabolic activity and catabolic activity, these two together known as metabolic activities or metabolism. These metabolic activities are performed by our cells every day, every minute. So these metabolic activities are so many types. So anabolic and catabolic activities both are called metabolic activities. These metabolic activities are performed by our cells in our human body and also living organisms body. What happened in these metabolic activities after completion of metabolic activities? What happened? What type of products are produced? What type of useful items are produced? Let us discuss. These metabolic activities also different types: respiration, digestion, circulatory system, and these all are metabolic activities. When our body performs metabolic activities, some wastes are produced, some harmful items are produced, some poisonous items are produced. These wastes are some types: gaseous waste, liquid waste, and solid waste. You know well, the CO2 is a gaseous waste. In chapter 2, you have already learned about CO2. In chapter 2, respiration. In the respiration, CO2 is released. It is a waste gas or poisonous gas, harmful gas. It must be sent out from our body. You know how the carbon dioxide is sent out. You already know that. And so many liquid wastes also produced. And what are the wastes are produced in digestion? You already knew in the digestion lesson in chapter 1 nutrition lesson. Some nitrogenous compounds also produced in our body. These nitrogenous compounds also very dangerous and harmful waste materials. These must be sent out. They should not be there in our body. So these must be eliminated or X-rayed, disposed from our body. What are the nitrogenous compounds? Urea, uric acid, creatinine, ammonia, all these are nitrogenous wastes. Among these nitrogenous wastes, ammonia is very dangerous, very harmful. So we must send out all these nitrogenous compounds from our body. It is very essential. So students, here is a table. You observe the table and write down what are the end products in this different process. What are shown in this table? Photosynthesis. What are the end products are generated in photosynthesis process? And you know about respiration. What are the end products are generated or produced in our respiration? And in digestion, what are the end products were produced? So after write these end products, you also observe what are the useful items and what are the wastage items. So if wastage items are harmful to our body, so we must send out the waste items or harmful items from our body. So here in this slide, the ammonia products, mainly the ammonia products are very dangerous. I already say that among all these nitrogenous products, ammonia is very dangerous. So from where these nitrogenous compounds are produced? When proteins are break down into simple forms, or when proteins are converted into simple forms, these nitrogenous compounds are produced. Urea, uric acid, ammonia, all these are. So these are wastes, must be disposed from our body. And water is also a waste product. The excess water, excess water. Water is not a toxic material, even though if it is accumulated in excess quantity, our cells should have adequate quantity of water, not excess. So excess water must be sent out. If water is accumulated, excess water is accumulated in our blood or in our body, it is caused to disturb the osmosis and diffusion process. and it is also interfere the transports of material. So excess water is must be sent out from our body. And ammonia products, water, and some pigments. I tell you about what are the waste material is need to send out from our body. I already told you about ammonia products, urea, uric acid, and ammonia like this. These ammonia products are produced when proteins are breakdown or proteins are conversion into simple molecules. These ammonia products are produced. These are eliminated. It is very essential to eliminate all these ammonia products, all these nitrogenous products from our body. So water, excess water also sent out from our body. And some pigments also produced in different functions. While red blood cells are break down into simple forms, so there some pigments are formed. Bilirubin, biliverdin, urochrome, these are the pigments. These pigments also should not be there in our blood, should not be there to accumulate in our blood. So these also must be sent out from our body. And also some types of minerals, excess quantity minerals also must be eliminated from our body. In this way, nitrogenous compounds, excess water, excess minerals, pigments, all these are waste products, harmful products, poisonous products. If these are accumulated in our blood, these are disturbed and disturb our body functions and interfere the cellular activities. So it is very essential to send out all these waste material, to eliminate all these waste material from living organisms body. So how these waste materials are sent out from our body? Is there any system? Is there any system to take this responsibility? So here is a excretion system, the wastage disposing system. In the name, that is the wastage disposing system. It's dispose, it's eliminate, and it's extract the waste material from our body, from living organisms body. The waste products include carbon dioxide, water, nitrogenous compounds like ammonia, urea, uric acid, bile pigments, and excess salts also are produced in different body activities. Already I said that just now. The most poisonous all these waste products metabolism is ammonia. Yes, these toxic waste may increase ionic balance known as hemostasis, ionic balance, and cause to so many disturbances in the body. So these materials must be, these harmful substances must be sent out from our body. So our excretion system takes a responsibility to dispose or to eliminate these harmful items. So here excretion is a Latin word. Here ex means out, renere means shift. So shift out all these waste materials from our blood or from our body, known as excretory system. It is a system, the main purpose of excretory system, the waste materials, harmful items, excess items are disposed from the body to out. This is the main purpose of excretory system. So here, what are the waste material produced in human body? Let us go to know about what are the waste material produced in our human body and how does the body manage them. Is there a way to detect their presence in our body? Already I told you the waste materials are produced in our body, how we detect them and how we diagnose them, how the waste materials presence we indicate. Yes, we have some tests to measure, to indicate, to diagnose all these materials. We have some tests. When we go to hospital, our doctor suggests some tests, commonly blood test and urine test. These blood test and urine test can detect or diagnose what are the material are in excess quantity in our blood. You know well about the blood test. So students, you open page number 76 and observe the table 2 and 3. The analysis of table 2 and 3, I analyze all the materials, what are the materials in excess quantity in our blood, what happened, the higher than normal range, different types of materials. Let us discuss. Open your book and observe the table 2 and 3 in expression lesson. So observe the video. It is a importance of blood, and it say how the blood test is takes place. And what are the items we can detect from the blood test. So let us observe the video. Yes, our blood can determine. So here some blood test reports are there in our book. So observe the reports and analyze what are the items present in that. So here in this table we observe test method, what are the items are tested, and result of a person, and also normal units, normal range, how much it will be present in our blood in normal range. First we test glucose in fasting. So glucose test is a test to measure how much glucose is present in our blood. If excess glucose is present higher than normal range, it leads to cause diabetes disease. So due to the insulin hormone dysfunction, the diabetes disease is caused in live in human body. So this test is done to determine how much glucose is in our blood sample after an overnight fast. The test is done the morning before the person has eaten. Here, this person report, what we have in our book, it is the 82. Result is 82. Normal range is 60 to 100. 60 to 100. So this person have sufficient level of normal range of glucose fasting. So here is another test we done, that is the sodium test. Sodium is an electrolyte. Sodium charged so many functions in our body, the muscle functions, and also it is used in the sodium blood test determine the sodium in our blood. Sodium is a type of electrolyte. The electrolytes are helpful to maintain fluid levels and balance of chemicals. If sodium levels are low, these conditions are known as hypernatremia. If the sodium level is higher than normal range, that is caused to hyponatremia. It is a disease. The low sodium also a disease. The low sodium level has many causes to kidney failure, heart failure, and also diuretic a disease. Here in this blood test, glucose fasting and sodium levels and potassium levels, all these, if they are higher than normal level, it indicates, it is a signal, it is a warning to our body organs dysfunction. Our doctor can diagnose and suggest us what are medication we will take. Here also potassium. Potassium is also an electrolyte. In a series of routine blood tests called electrolyte panel, the potassium also tested. How much potassium is present in our blood also tested. The test way also used to monitor or diagnose condition related to abnormal potassium levels. Yes. When you have kidney disease, your kidneys cannot remove extra potassium in the right way. And too much potassium can stay in our blood. It is caused to hyperkalemia. If the potassium levels are higher than normal level, it is caused to hyperkalemia, a disease, high potassium disease. If potassium levels are low, that is also a disease known as hypokalemia. Hypokalemia. Here, excess pigments or excess minerals or excess items, excess nitrogenous compounds are filtered by our kidney. Our kidney not only filter excess items, but also it can reabsorb. And what are the useful items that are reabsorbed and give back to the blood? So our kidneys not only filter and send out the waste products, but also reabsorb the useful items. So here chlorides also a type of, in our blood test, chlorides also a type of electrolyte which we test in our blood test. It helps to amount of fluid inside and outside of the cells balance. What is the use of chlorides? Let's we discuss. The fluid inside and outside the cells in balance also helps maintain proper blood volume, pressure and pH fluids. Increased level of blood chlorides caused hyperchloremia, a disease, usually indicates dehydration and high blood sodium or kidney disease. Finally, all leads to kidney disease. Why? Because this table related to kidney diseases test. Kidney diseases tests are showing in this table. So finally, higher levels of these items and lower levels of these items are indicate our kidney proper function. Urea. So blood urea nitrogen test, commonly we say BUN. Blood urea nitrogen test is a common test to measure how much nitrogen is present in our blood, how much nitrogen percentage in our blood. So blood urea nitrogen test is done to see how well our kidneys are functioning. So if nitrogen level is increased, that is caused to our kidneys dysfunction. So here, when the urea is produced in our blood, urea nitrogen is a normal waste product that body creates after it liver break down the proteins in our food. And while it does that, creates blood urea nitrogen, already I say BUN. Liver releases the substance into the blood and it eventually ends up in our kidneys. So excess urea, if urea is produced, when proteins break down, urea is produced. It is a nitrogenous compounds. Already I told you in introduction. Nitrogenous compound urea is produced when proteins are break down into amino acids and simple forms. These blood urea nitrogen must be sent out. Why? Because it is a harmful items. Our kidneys are eventually these urea ends up in our kidneys, means our kidneys are filtered and sent out this harmful item. So creatinine. Often we hear about creatinine. Creatinine is also a waste product. When our muscle cells are new muscle cells are formed, in the muscle cells activity, the creatinine, blood creatinine is formed. It is also a waste product. In this slide, you observe the waste product that creates in our muscle as a part of regular everyday activity. This is muscle related waste item. Creatinine is the. So it must be sent out as urine from the kidney. Kidneys are filtered with creatinine and sent out when we urinate. Uric acid. Uric acid is a natural product, natural waste product from our digestion foods. From some types of foods, we get uric acid. In some types of food, uric acid is accumulated in our blood. The food items known as purines. Purines are found in high level in some food items, certain meats, certain beans, and alcohol. When we consume these type of food items, uric acid is formed in our blood. It is also a waste product. It is also a harmful item. It must sent out from our body. Kidneys are take responsibility to send out, to eliminate, to filter all these harmful items from our blood. So here cholesterol. Cholesterol is a waxy substance found in our blood. Our body needs cholesterol to build healthy cells, but high level of cholesterol causes to heart diseases and fatty deposits in blood vessels. So cholesterol higher amount of the cholesterol than normal range is also caused to heart diseases, and also it deposits to blood vessels. It disturbs the circulatory system. So cholesterol level always be in control. Triglycerides also a type of fats found in our blood. When we eat, our body converts any calories it does not need, use the right way into triglycerides. So let us know about calcium in our blood. Calcium also accumulated. You know, calcium is used in healthy bones and teeth. Calcium is essential in some body functions, but higher amount of the calcium than normal range also cause to so many diseases. So hypercalcemia, it is a disease due to the accumulation of much more calcium in our blood. So this excess quantity of calcium must be sent out from the blood. So kidneys are filter blood and absorb calcium and sent out through the urine. Phosphorus and calcium work together with the mineral. Phosphorus work together with the mineral calcium to build strong bones and teeth. But much more phosphorus than normal range. Here you observe in the table what is the result in this person. This is a person, one person related blood report and urine report which shows in our book. So here are the normal range. Students, you observe and notice how much, what is the normal range, how much the person has these items in this blood. So here phosphorus is also an item to use different body functions and healthy bones and healthy teeth, but excess amount of phosphorus must be filtered out from the body. In this way, in this purpose also, the kidneys takes responsibility to filter, to send out excess phosphorus. Bilirubin, already I told you in introduction, some pigments also produced in our body in different types of functions. Bilirubin is one type of pigment. Bilirubin is a yellowish pigment that is made during the normal breakdown of RBC, red blood cells. Bilirubin passes through liver and eventually excreted out the body from the kidneys. Normal levels of bilirubin may indicate different types of liver and bile duct problem. Abnormal levels of bilirubin higher than normal levels. If our blood has higher bilirubin than normal range, it indicates liver and bile duct problems, but also it indicates kidney dysfunction. Why? Because our kidney is not filter or not eliminate the excess amount of bilirubin. It is indicate our kidney is not functioning properly. And total protein test, it is also a test. A total protein test measures total amount of albumin and globulin in our body. It is used as a part of routine blood test. In routine blood test, our doctors diagnose, our doctors suggest the protein test in our blood. The proteins are two types, albumin and globulin. So you know the use of protein. It is used to structure and maintenance our body, and it is used to growth of our body. These proteins are two types, albumin and globulin. In the blood test, we measure, our doctor diagnose two types of proteins known as albumin and globulin. Albumin helps to prevent the fluids from leaking out of blood vessels. Here you observe the table, result of albumin 4.60 grams per deciliter, but normal range is 3.0 to 5.0. So this person, particularly this person, has normal range of albumin. In total proteins, we see, when we see in this table, result 7.20 grams per deciliter. Normal range is 6.0 to 7.5. Particularly, this person's blood report, this one is. So if higher than normal range, albumin or total protein or bilirubin, phosphorus, any item, normal range, if he has normal higher than normal range, it is called to dysfunction of different body organs. If these are low, this is also indicate our body not functioning properly. Our body, if some organ is caused by so many diseases, some types of diseases. So in this way, the blood test reports indicates the different types of diagnosis, different types of which body organ not functioning properly, that we can confirm, that we can diagnose by this blood test. So already I told you about albumin. So after blood test, our doctor commonly suggests also urine test. Here urine test, some types of urine tests our doctor suggests. First morning sample, random sample, and 24 hours urine. These are the common tests to diagnose urine. So observe the video. And what is first morning sample? Physical examination, color, odor, all are detected in this urine analysis. And also chemical examination, what are the chemical products included in the urine? Glucose, protein, ketone, bilirubin, urobilinogen, nitrogen, nitrate. RBC, WBC, epithelial cells are present or not in the urine. That is also examined in the urine test. It is the first morning sample. Urine sample obtained the first urination of the day. It is the most concentrated sample. Is the random sample, and 24 hours urinary sample. Here we know about first morning sample, urine sample obtained from the first urination of the day. And random sample, urine sample collected any time of the day. And 24 hours urine sample, a sample collected over 24 hours of the day. So different types of diseases are diagnosed by different types of these urine tests. So here 24 hours protein test. So already we know about 24 hours urine test. In the 24 hours urine test, it is the 24 hours protein test. This test measures the amount of protein in our urine to healthy kidneys and filter protein out of the blood and absorb, then send back into the blood, while waste material passed out of the body of the urine. And 24 hours creatinine test. Creatinine levels indicate as kidney functioning. If creatinine levels increase than normal level, it is a sign for kidneys are not working properly. And 24 hours calcium test. The test measures the amount of calcium sample used to diagnose kidney functioning. All these 24 hours protein and creatinine, calcium, phosphorus, and uric acid test, all these are indicates us how our kidneys are functioning. And 24 hours uric acid test, if uric acid level is higher than normal level, it is called to kidney stones. In this way, different types of kidney diseases, urinary diseases are diagnosed by this urine test. So also electrolytes in urine, sodium, potassium, chlorates are common electrolytes in urine. In this urine, if the electrolytes level are normal range, are low or high. So in this way, we are confirmed that our body organs functioning properly or not. Here, glucose also a prominent test in the urine. Glycosuria is a condition which a person's urine contain more sugar. It is caused to if glucose has the particular person which we test his urine, the person has higher higher limits of glucose than normal rate. It is caused to glycosuria disease. It is a common sign for diabetes disease. Here we know about the osmolality also. Osmolality is a measure how much one substance has dissolved in another substance. So commonly in the osmolality test of urine, we measure how much water is dissolved in the urine. Urine osmolality is used to measure the number of dissolved particles per unit of water in the urine. This is the osmolality test. And urea. Urea is a waste product. Already we know that in the protein breakdown function, in the protein converted into amino acids function, the urea, nitrogenous compound, is produced. This urea is a waste product that is extracted by the kidneys while we urinate. The test can help determine how well the kidneys are functioning and whether your intake protein is too high or low. The urea test also confirm that whether we take intake of protein higher level or lower level. So in this lesson, what we have learned, some questions I will give you. Write down in your notebook. What is the purpose of excretory system? Why excretion is an important process? If there no excretion in living organism's body, what happened? What are the waste products in human beings? What are the main excretory organs in human beings? How blood test and urine test diagnose our body organs proper function? So these are the attributions what I collected different videos from YouTube. So thank you children. Stay home, stay safe.